Hello, students. So this week we turn to, well, let me back up a little. One of the questions that I was repeatedly asked, both at the reference desk and at library conferences and by students, is why is it so difficult to define information needs? What is it about our communities that require us to dig so deep and research so hard on what specific needs our community wants? What are their demands? What are their wants? What are their needs? So this week we look at two particular things that help us understand why it is so difficult. First of all is communication, and you remember we kind of broached that topic of communication earlier in the semester a few weeks ago. We returned to it here to give it a little bit more time. I kind of warned you that we would be doing that. Again, the second one after communication is diversity. And you'll be reading a chapter in the Information Services Today book, Dr. Hirsch's edited book on diversity by Doctors Grayson and O'Brien, who are two researchers and faculty members up in British Columbia, who look at the diversity in communities and what they have to do with information needs. I think you'll find that chapter exceptionally interesting. It is a little difficult to read. Of course, these are two doctors who've researched this topic and present models that are relevant to the topic. So take your time, read that, get an understanding of the information needs as it relates to diversity. And then you'll also read a chapter on communication in my crash course book. I think you also have an article called How Communication Works, which is written by Wilbur Schramm. This is a seminal article, a seminal research that was done on the topic of communication, and it really gets down into the nitty-gritty on receivers and senders and information clogging and information obstruction. And I think you'll get a better understanding of why it is so difficult for us to understand our community's information needs. And on that topic, I know you'll be looking at a presentation that I did last semester with a group, and we look at diversity and ask some pretty tough questions in that. But let me also share two resources that I think you should find interesting or find important. And let me get it up here for you. The first one is the university's page on diversity. You can find some pretty interesting information here on the university's mission and goals in terms of diversity, and how we as a university, as an organization, work to further the goals that our university has in terms of having a enlightened and diversified student body and faculty. One thing that I wanted to point you to on this page was a Title IX office. You'll understand what Title IX office is, and you can look at the various forms of laws that direct our own university's handling of diversity. So check out our university's page on diversity, and going deeper, I should also direct you to the School of Information's page on diversity, specifically some of the on-demand webcasts. Now, these are sometimes long. This particular one, which I recently saw last year, Moving Beyond Diversity to Anti-Oppression, exceptionally good, but it's like an hour presentation, which is kind of the norm for some of the diversity web recordings that you see, but there's quite a few here. And while I don't require you to watch any of these, I do find them exceptionally beneficial. So if you do have some time this summer, or as you move on through your profession here, take a deep breath, go into watch some of these on-demand webcasts that are available to you. And I think that's it that I wanted to talk to you about this particular week. I hope you are enjoying the class so far, not getting too bogged down. I haven't heard from too many groups, so I'm assuming that your group projects are progressing nicely. As always, if you have any sort of a problem, please let me know and we can address them one-on-one. All right, everyone? Okay, thanks again. Bye-bye.